Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we have a lot to get to on this Friday a.m. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me live this hour, 800-848-9222. The love fest between President Trump and the socialist mayor of New York City may be over as the president is criticizing his socialist ways. This as the president is speaking out about the numerous allegations of sexual misconduct levied at disgraced former Congressman Eric Swalwell. And I'm quoting the president here. He's a sleazebag, always has been. The president talking to the Daily Mail. The president also teeing off, if you will, on Pope Leo, stating that he will not meet with Pope Leo amid their feud over the war in Iran. And the president blasting the Pope as a reporter asked him about the fact that Iran is going to execute 4 more protesters, including the first woman protester.
Iran's going to execute 4 more protesters, reportedly, including the first woman protester. What do you tell Iran?
Well, tell that to the Pope. What do you say? Tell that to the Pope.
You want to patch things up with the Pope?
That Iran is going to... Did you just hear that? Iran is going to execute 4 people, including the woman?
So the president clearly not happy with the Pope. And so for the first time since Mamdani has taken office, it seems, the president is being somewhat critical, posting on social media tonight. Sadly, Mayor Mamdani, I'm quoting the president here, is destroying New York. It has no chance. The United States of America should not contribute to its failure. It will only get worse. The tax policies are so wrong. People are fleeing. They must change their ways and fast. History has proven this stuff just doesn't work. Thank you for this attention, to your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. Mamdani, for his part, and I'll have more on this a bit later on, Mamdani is actually out there bragging that he's pushed the Governor Hochul to come to his way on taxes. And here's what he had to say, Mamdani, the mayor, in a social media post.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich. I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax, the first in New York's history. This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million. This pied-à-terre tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich, those who store their wealth in New York City real estate, but who don't actually live here. But even so, they're able to reap the huge financial rewards of owning property in, dare I say, the greatest city in the world. And most of the time, these units are sitting empty, since again, they don't actually live here. This is a fundamentally unfair system that hurts working New Yorkers. Now, it's coming to an end. This tax will raise at least $500 million directly for the city. It'll help fund things like free childcare, cleaner streets, and safer neighborhoods. As mayor, I believe everyone has a role to play in contributing to our city, and some a little bit more than others. Happy Tax Day, New York.
Mamdani, stop running game. You know it's the wealthy that pays the taxes. Yes, folks, this is how he got elected. He thinks you're downright stupid. To those that are less fortunate, he's promising you the world, cannot deliver on it, but you continue to go for the nonsense. Absolutely insane. 800-848-9222. I'm taking issue with Mamdani, something that I focused on at 3 p.m. today, and it's a growing issue here in New York City. 2 police officers who happen to be white, an incident with a black man. Apparently they had the wrong man. and didn't know it, this happened in a liquor store in Brooklyn. The video is awful. Now, the issue is this. The police said the man resisted arrest. Folks, when you're under arrest, it's not negotiable. You are going in those handcuffs one way or the other. But the video is brutal. The way the man is punched in the face numerous times. And Mamdani, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because when cops were hit with snowballs, you said it was a youthful discretion, kids being kids, a snowball fight. Now it involves two white cops. It's the end of the world. They're on desk duty. Their guns have been taken and their badges. Spoke to a police officer retired at the 3 p.m. show. He said that these guys will be lucky if they're not criminally indicted. So we're going to deal with that as well. But the president, and we see your calls coming in, 800-848-9222. The president calling former Congressman Swalwell, quote, a sleaze bag, always has been. Well, Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri plans to introduce legislation to strip members of Congress of their pension if they're convicted of a sex offense. He made this comment on Fox News.
We know Nancy put the hit out on Biden. You think she put the hit out on Swalwell?
Absolutely. I don't have any doubt about it, Jesse, because he had become a liability. And you pointed out she knew all about this. She was briefed by the FBI back in 2020 that the guy was a target of a Chinese spy, Fang Fang. And by the way, Fang Fang probably got a Medal of Commendation. That's like the worst espionage assignment in the history of the world. But Swalwell fell for it. She knew that he was a liability. She knew he was a problem. She could use it as leverage until it blew up in her face, and now he's gone. And Jesse, this is why Congress needs to pass legislation. I'm introducing it today that would deny pensions to every member of Congress who's convicted of a sex offense. Right now, you could be convicted and still get your pension. The only thing the government ought to be paying for people like Eric Swalwell is a jail cell.
Well, that says it all right there. So coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll have Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. He is commenting on this, and he says it looks very bad for Democrats. But right now, let's bring you folks into the program. Your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Patrick, New Jersey, line 2. Good morning, Patrick. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. I'm the one that called you Monday night about the puppy.
Okay,
I want to talk about...
Patrick,
yeah.
Patrick, let me just say this.
Yeah.
And I got to be straight with you. If you notice, I delay. As a talk show host, we talk to hundreds of people. And it is very hard to remember. I don't know what you're talking about a puppy. And are you sure it was me?
Well, yes.
Okay, I don't know what you were talking about a puppy, but
okay.
Go ahead. What? Okay, see, we just lost almost a minute of airtime because you diverted off into a puppy. What is the point that you want to make?
I wanted to talk about the two cops that you played the audio this afternoon.
Yes.
They're going to be hung out to dry. They, let's face it, Mamdani, he don't back the police.
No doubt about it. He hates the police.
Why should they stick their necks out if they're not going to get backing from the police? Get backing for other police. They called for help. Where was the backup?
Well, they had no radios. They were forced to use their cell phones and WhatsApp to call for medical attention for the man. The man was bleeding out from the leg, a lot of bleeding. And as each second went by, community members were becoming more and more furious. You had a lot of black men starting to approach outside the store. You had women from the community inside the store. They're yelling at the cops. I'm trying not to inflame the situation. That's why I didn't play the audio again, but we may actually do it because it's very telling. And so They're feuding with the man. They're battling with the man. They're falling all over the aisles. And the one of the three involved, they could have fell into the glass for the freezer. And they couldn't get the cuffs on him. But again, apparently they had the wrong man. A buy and bust. It had went out that they were looking for a suspect with an X amount of clothing, a white shirt. The man fit the bill. He was a security guard on his way home from work. And so I will not condemn these officers because I want to see the entire video, not just the part where one cop starts punching him repeatedly in the face. So they're on desk duty as we speak. It is a bad situation. Thank you for the call, Patrick. And folks, please, you got to get to the point. We have very little time and so many calls coming in. And if you take me off on a tangent, you're just eating away at your airtime. You don't need to tell me what you want to talk about. You've already told the phone screener that. I'm already looking at the screen what you want to talk about. Just get to the point. Don, line 1, Long Beach. What's on your mind, Don?
Good morning, Dominic. I just want to comment on the Pope's comments. The Pope ought to be familiar with the book of Genesis, where God destroyed the world by flooding at the time of Noah. Then again, God destroyed
Sodom
get to the point,
Gomorrah. Please. Get to the point.
Get to the point. Is basically God's work. I hope the president
please get Don. Don, what is the point that you're trying to make?
With the point, you can't criticize. I wouldn't criticize the president for destroying evil. These are evil people that he's destroying that threaten the world. Same as God did way back when. That's all that I'm trying to say. There's a comparison.
Right, but you took me off. Again, you're the second caller that just took me off on a tangent. There was no need to do that. Just stick to the point. Let's see. Let's go to Steve in New Jersey, line 4. What's on your mind, Steve?
Oh, Dominic, I'll cut to the chase. I'm a lifelong church-going Catholic. That means I go to church every Sunday. Somebody who's done what I could. My 3 children, 18 years in Catholic school. That includes college. I'm a devout Catholic. I think it's high time that we as American Catholics, and the only reason why the Catholic Church, in my opinion, is still alive is because of America, need to separate from Rome now. We've had 2 lousy popes in a row. It's done. Separate from Rome. We don't need them. They need us.
I agree with you on that, Steve, that they need America. America doesn't need the Vatican, but that's a controversial statement. But thank you for the call. I see Walter in Baltimore says he thinks I worship cops. If I had seen this before, I would have went to your your call directly, Walter. But what I'm going to do is I got to take a break. We're going to have an update. I got to do a quick short segment. I'm coming right back. I'm going to Walter. He says, I think Dominic worships cops. And guess what? I do, and I'll explain why when we return.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And right back to the telephones we go. I see we have Teddy in Yonkers, Walter in Baltimore, and they want to talk about the incident involving the New York police officers. Let's start with Walter in Baltimore. Line 2. Good morning, Walter. What's on your mind?
Yeah, Dominic.
Okay, wait. You got to speak up. Okay. Oh, I'm batting 1,000 tonight. If I'm waiting 20 seconds for you to start talking, and then you're talking low, how long do you think you're going to be on the air, Walter? Just seconds.
I'll speak up. You, Dominic, you wouldn't give the same benefit of doubt to the black people who beat people up, only to the cops.
So all right. So wait a minute. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? Are you sure you know what you're talking about? Don't ask me questions. Are you sure you know what you're talking about?
That's the feeling I get.
Oh, that's the feeling, because you don't know what you're talking about. Do you know I've received numerous awards, statewide awards, for covering alleged police brutality, covering the side of the victims?
That was before you got
Diallo's.
to the
Wait a minute. Amadou Diallo's mother. I could go mother for mother to mother. You don't know what you're talking about. You have a stereotyped image of me, and you're going with it. So with that
you should read the book on racism.
Okay, and I almost said something about your mother and said your mother should read the book. What? Okay, what is your point? Because this is probably the last time you're ever going to talk to me. So stop calling every night. What is the point you want to make?
My point is that when you talk about cops beating up police, you don't want to condemn them. They're punching them in the face. That's okay. But if it's a black person, we have to give them the same benefit of the doubt.
The police they've earned our benefit of the doubt. They're the ones.
You don't give black people the benefit of the doubt.
So you just want to. Okay, Walter, just talk because you don't want to listen. So just talk. You don't want to listen to what I have to say. So just talk.
You just said that you don't give the benefit of the doubt to black people because they didn't earn it.
So then what did I do for the first 20 years of my career?
Well, that was before
you don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you ask Amadou Diallo's mother about Dominic Carter? Why don't you ask the young man in Staten Island, the cigarettes guy, right? And the cops weren't wrong there. Gwen Carr, his mother. Why don't you ask her about Dominic Carter? Do you want me to post the photo online where you can see the photo with me, Amadou Diallo's mother, and Gwen Carr, and both of these mothers are holding my arm, smiling ear to ear? Will that make you happy, Walter?
You can do what you please on your social media account, but we have to stick up for black people when they get brutalized by the police. And if you do in the past,
I guess I'm not black, Walter. I guess I don't know something about this. Walter, we have the greatest police force in the world here in the city of New York. And I am not going to condemn cops. The video looks bad. I am not going to condemn them until I see a full video of what happened start to finish. Because they say in the tape repeatedly, stop resisting, stop resisting. So are we just going to ignore that?
Does their training include punching in the face? I don't think so. George Floyd also. You say that George Floyd deserves to die?
George Floyd is a... Ooh. Please don't get me... Hey, Walter. Listen, when you call me, you got to have your facts. I'm not one of these hosts that don't know what he's talking about. I've been on the front line for years. You don't know what you're talking about. I strongly suggest that you do some research. It's time for a break. When we come back, I'm going to go to another doozy, Teddy and Yonkers.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. So the attention has quickly shifted from all the topics that I wanted to talk about this hour to something that we did earlier, and that's out of Brooklyn, New York, for this national audience. At a liquor store, two plainclothes officers, buy and bust type operations. It apparently went out for a description of one suspect that had just done a buy and bust, whatever the case may have been. And the police apparently stopped the wrong guy. The guy was on his way home, has a security license. Now, we don't see the full video. That's why I'm standing by these officers, because until I see the full video, they are owed that much, because they are the ones putting their lives on the line each and every day. And it is disgusting how Mayor Mamdani has already sold these two cops out, okay? For the mayor of the city of New York to comment on this highly inflammatory case, and the police commissioner has already condemned it. They're on desk duty, guns and badges taken. For the mayor to comment the way he has, that sends a full green light to Internal Affairs to go get him. And it also sends a full green light for prosecutors. You have two white cops, a black man. The video is horrible. Absolutely horrible. But I'm defending these cops because we don't know the beginning. I can't judge them based on seeing half the video. I don't know what happened when they told him he was under arrest. Did he jerk away? Did he reach in his pocket? Did he curse at one of the? I don't know. The only video that we see is when the police get super aggressive, where he's punched in the face about 5 or 6 times. So let's go. I'm going to play the audio again, which is very graphic. It's hard to hear. It's a lot of ambience noise, but it gives you an idea of what went on. But first, I see all your calls. If you're trying to get through, folks, just please call back in a minute or so and hit redial. Let's go to Teddy in Yonkers, line 1. Teddy, what's on your mind?
Yes, sir. Are we going to be able, is there a video camera that these police officers, plainclothes, have so that we'll be able to see the entire video?
Well, I didn't see a camera around their necks, and if you're doing buy and bust, you can't walk around with a camera because
so
it's a dead giveaway that you're NYPD.
So it's going to be very difficult then to make a full analysis then. Don't you agree?
Well, no, it depends on if the liquor store has a surveillance camera. I'm sure Internal Affairs, or considering that the mayor and police commissioner have already condemned the officers, I'm sure Internal Affairs has been over this thing looking for everything in terms of video. It's just not been released as of yet.
I understand that. But superficially, it reminds me of 1991 and Rodney King. I have to say that. I'm not going to lie to myself when I look in the mirror. It reminded me entirely of the Rodney King incident. Okay? And I support the police. Like I said, I'm against Officer Duran being sent to prison, and I hope that the governor, the guy who's running against Hochul, wins and pardons him like he said he would. And I support that. I support the police. But what I saw, there are always rotten apples in a barrel, okay? You buy a box of strawberries, I've been, found bad ones in the box. But
right.
That's the way it is, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, Teddy, is it premature for the mayor to condemn these officers?
Oh, he was wrong in doing that. He was wrong, but that's his M.O. He, like you said, he hates the police, and that's why I hate him. But I'm going to separate it. But he shouldn't have done that. He should not have done that. Okay, I agree with you.
Fair enough, Teddy. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Marvin, line 4 in Queens. Marvin, what's on your mind?
Good evening, Dominic. Look, about that liquor store incident, I see something happening here. I see 2 undercover cops. I wasn't there, but I'm saying in my mind's eye, I see 2 undercover cops approaching someone in a liquor store and saying, okay, keep your hands where I could see them, da-da-da. Suddenly, this guy is confronted by 2 police officers. He sees the badges hanging around their neck. Now, all he had to do...
I don't know if the badges were around their neck. I think one of them had on a T-shirt that said NYPD. I'm not exactly sure if the badges were around their neck.
They could have produced whatever. The point is, all the guy had to do, the alleged suspect, all he had to do was keep his hand to the side and act in a reasonable manner and just say, what can I do for you? And take it from there. That would have diffused at least 90% of the situation. The cops,
but we don't know. That's why.
Well.
I'm going to let you finish. We don't know what happened because we don't see the video. So I don't know how the officers approached the man. I don't know, but this is why I blame Democrats, because Democrats, I'm going to be honest with you, they're going to get black people killed. They're teaching black people and Latino people, you can say anything you want to a cop, do anything you want. That's going to get you killed. Because if you make a fast movement, and the cop could be black, if you make a fast movement, the officer fearing for his life may take deadly action. So listening to these Democrats is going to get you killed. I'll give you the final word, Marvin. Go ahead.
Okay. The point is, I've seen people of color get arrested, and I've seen some who have been individuals who have been extremely cooperative and reasonable, and the whole thing's a walk away after 10 minutes. Okay, no problem. The ID is checked. Everything's okay. Goodbye. Or
right.
An explanation.
That's what would have happened in this case. They had the wrong guy.
But the problem is here. it's mentioned that there were people milling about outside near the liquor store.
It was rough.
Marvin,
I got to be honest with you. I felt extremely bad for those 2 white police officers. They were a deer. Those 2 white cops were a deer in the middle of the lake surrounded by alligators.
Oh, yeah.
About to pounce.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the potential. Thank you for the call, Marvin. It was the potential for a full riot situation. And these guys didn't have radios. All they had was cell phones, which were not working. So you're about to hear this. They're calling for medical attention. The African-American man, I guess from the glass on one of the drinks, he's on the floor, bleeding out from his leg. They can't handcuff him. It's extremely tough to handcuff someone when they don't want to be handcuffed. Hollywood says pull out the cuffs and cuff them. It's extremely difficult to handcuff someone when they don't want to be handcuffed, okay? And so we're going to let you hear part 1 and part 2 of what we have. I am not going to condemn these officers. If that's what you expect from me, you're listening to the wrong program. Until I can see the full tape, I am standing by the NYPD. Here is part 1 of what happened.
All right. Why are you punching him? Why are you punching him? Y'all some ass mother. Okay? Y'all I'm recording you guys, you Roll over! All right, roll over! I'm gonna roll over, Pop. Roll over! Roll over! Roll over! Yo, what's your bag? What's your bag number? What's your bag number? Why are you punching him like that? Roll over! Yo! He's punching. Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! All right, Pop, all right? Get on the phone, Pop. Get on the phone. Oh, my gosh! No, he's violated. Get on the phone. Get on the phone. Y'all violated punching that man for no reason. I got it all on this. Can't resist arrest. He wasn't resisting arrest. He was not arrest. I got you, homie. I got you. Yeah. You want to get arrested next? I recorded it. Hey, you do that. I put trust in it. You put your hands on, you're going to get in trouble. Interfere with this investigation. Bro, it's not me. You can't want people. I got a license. I got a security license in my pocket. You got a severe leg. I swear to God. Listen. I just got there. Listen, you got to let go. My lady's in the house. You got to ask for a bus. You got a lower leg. Yes, I don't have a fucking lady. Oh, my God. Ask for the bus, though. Get on the radio. My leg is... Put your hand behind your back. All right. And we can get you medical attention. Okay. Behind your back. Okay. Put your hands behind your back. I'm going with you, buddy. No, stay calm. All right. Get on your stomach. All right. Okay. Get on your stomach. Okay. You're not listening. Bobby, stay calm, Bobo.
So that's part 1 of what we see so far. So as a result, now again, the video is awful. You see the man getting punched in the face 5 to 6 times by one of the officers. I am not going to condemn these officers because I was not in their shoes. I don't know what was going on, but I can tell you this much. You're about to hear part 2 now. So you have Black and Latino women in the store, and they are giving it to the police. You're about to hear it. You have a large group of black men that are starting to gather outside. You have 2 white cops, a suspect that you cannot handcuff. He's bleeding out on the floor. You're trying to get him medical attention, and you don't have a radio. All you have is your cell phone, and we all know that cell phones don't work all the time. So you keep hearing the cops say, we need a bus. Forthwith, we need a bus, ASP. Listen carefully at the end. You're going to hear one of them complain. He's going to say, I'm not dealing with this WhatsApp anymore. This is part 2 where the suspect is on the ground and he's calling for his mother now. He's bleeding out, and it is just awful.
Yes, for my mom.
I'm calling the ambulance.
For my mom's, man. Unbelievable.
Call me.
I am.
Yes,
What
the
are you
liquor
doing,
store.
Mike?
There's a liquor store.
Stop playing around.
This guy up really bad for no reason.
There's a reason. You don't resist
He
arrest.
was
Look what
not
happens.
resisting arrest.
What is that?
This guy was not resisting arrest, and they him up for no reason. I watched the whole thing. I have the whole thing on video. They up this black man. These two white cops.
All right, shut up.
You don't talk to us like that.
Shut up.
We have every right to speak.
Just shut up.
No, you're frustrating. That's why you want us to shut up. Don't
I want you to
speak
shut up
like
because
that.
you're annoying.
No, you're annoying.
Why don't you get a job?
I do. Won't you get one better?
Stay back.
Badge number is 5056. 5058. Hold on. Let me get his badge number. Wait.
Just relax. We're gonna get you an ambulance. Yo, where the are these guys? Tell them to
Yes,
come
hello.
here.
Did you bring the ambulance?
Get on the radio and ask for a bus. Don't take a point ASAP. Ask for a bus.
5058 is the badge number. I can't move from the location because I'm trapped inside. They won't let me leave.
You're right. It's an active arrest. You gotta stay here. All take a point ASAP.
Sir, what's your badge number? What's your badge number?
1032.
1032. And what's your name?
Detective Algerio.
And what's your name?
My name is Shut Up. I'm trying to make a call right now because it doesn't
I'm going to report you to the officer. I'm going to report you. I'm going to report you.
You got my ID?
I'm going to report you.
Where's the P-Van? You want to get your phone and stuff?
I got his phone.
My wallet stuff. You got to get his phone. I don't care what your wallet. Stay there.
So you hear one of the officers say when the woman is giving him a hard time, he says, "My name is Shut Up." He's bleeding out. So again, these two officers, I'm not making excuses for anybody, but I have a lot of experience covering these cases. These two officers are like a deer in the middle of a lake with no place to get out, surrounded by alligators. Outside the door, you have a large group of black men that's getting larger, and these guys are getting agitated by the second. They're looking through the glass inside. They see the African-American males. They see a black man on the ground bleeding profusely from the leg, and they can't get the cuffs on him. And finally, they get the cuffs on him, but now he's bleeding. You hear them saying into their cell phone, "We need a bus ASAP. We need a bus forthright." In other words, we need an ambulance. This guy is bleeding out. Help us. We need help. And there's no backup until minutes later. These cops could have been slaughtered in this store. I have got to take a break. We see all your telephone calls. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
I told you folks, President Trump is always playing chess. So there was this love fest, if you will, with Mamdani, the mayor of New York City. I'm looking at something right now. Trump on New York City Mayor Mamdani, the socialist. Trump says, this is a quote, "Look at New York. He's a nice guy, calls me all the time, says hi, but his policies are no good. New York City is toast." Let's go back to your telephone calls because it doesn't help when the mayor of the city, he basically put these cops in a noose and hung them when he condemned their actions. 2 white cops in a black community. This incident goes down. The video is horrible. The city, as I said earlier, you might as well cut the check now. $5 to $7 million to settle this. 1 for each punch in the face. But you see, nobody wants to tell the truth. We don't know what escalated this. We don't know if the man pulled away from the cops. Once he pulls away, the police, they don't know if you're reaching for a gun or knife. Now you're an active threat, and you've got to neutralize the threat, or the commissioner may be calling your wife to tell your wife you were just killed in the line of duty. This is real, folks. This is not Hollywood. It's not Hollywood. And it's not fair the way these cops are being vilified. and already hung out to dry. Now, if I saw the full tape and I saw that the man did absolutely nothing wrong and that the cops were totally in the wrong, I would call it out. But I am not going to do that. I am going to give the benefit of the doubt to law enforcement unless proven elsewise. Ed in Evansville, I believe, Indiana. Ed, what's on your mind?
Hey, I'm with you, sir. I would like to see more of the film before, and I want to mention that woman on the phone getting the badge number. She was totally calm, and she was being yelled at, and she held it. She was on, and she was definitely in the storm. She's like, calmness. I want to get your badge numbers, and but you're right. I want to know what happened before that. Did they get some sort of report that he had a gun or something?
There was a report that a drug sale had been made, and that Mark Bills was on the individual that had just made the drug transaction. And it just so happened that the report went out that the man had the similar clothing to this man. This man had just got off of work, security officer. You heard him say, I have my paperwork in my pocket. But you see, folks, once the train leaves the station and you resist arrest, it's very hard to slow it down and stop at that process. Because once the train leaves the station, they have got to get you in those cuffs or they could die. And it was just, I'm just being real. It was so unfair to those officers. You've got two white cops in a black community in a liquor store. You got black men outside the store ready to pounce on them. They have no backup. And the women inside the store are yelling and screaming at them. But this is the scenario that Democrats have set up. And it's horrible because they're going to get, and you know what? I got to be honest with you, Ed. I try not to say these things. And I'm talking to communities of color right now. Folks, you know that things are very dysfunctional in our community. This has to stop. You're going to get yourself killed. You're going to get killed thinking that you can tell police officers whatever you want, pull away, do what. It doesn't work like that. And once the stuff hits the fan, it's too late to back up at that point. Let's go to Tony in Clifton, New Jersey. Tony, what's on your mind?
Dominic, here's my thought. Jessica Tisch is the police commissioner, and what color is she? I'm sorry, she's a white lady. What did she bring to the table? Nothing. Why would you set up two white policemen, sending them there in that neighborhood, knowing what's going on, knowing the mayor's agenda? She must have some control over it.
But
Dominic?
Tony, if you intentionally send two black cops for every call in the black community, that's a lawsuit. That's discrimination. You can't do that.
I was thinking, why don't you send one white, one Spanish, one black? Why do you need to send two white?
Okay, but you never know what situation's going to blow up. You never know. Well, Tony, I got to step in because we're almost out of time. You never know which situation's going to blow up. You never know what's going to happen. And so it's a very bad situation. You might as well settle the lawsuit now. It's going to cost millions. I am back at 3 p.m. Eastern. Folks, have a lovely day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?